back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look that you see here. We're going to be using the Juvias place. This is called the Nubian Royal Set Collection. This one's for $26. It comes with 2 lip balms and a 6-pan eyeshadow palette, and I'm really excited to try this out just because I love the fact that it comes in a box. I feel like it's perfect for the holidays. You can just stick a bow on, a name tag, and call it a day. And I'm really excited to try it out as well because I've never tried any of their lip balms or eyeshadows before, but I've heard so many great reviews about them, so I'm really excited to try everything out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one, and let's jump on in and try everything out. So I've pulled back my hair, you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and share with you my entire process of how I get ready. So the first thing I always do after I wash my face, which by the way, I don't have anything on my face, I just finished washing it, I'm going to go in and apply my skincare. And what I'm going to be using today, this is the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy AM, and I typically use this for PM as well sometimes, just depending on how my skin is reacting. And I really love this eye cream. I feel like gel works best for my skin, just because I have combination oily skin and I don't need something too heavy but just light enough that it does the job. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the eye cream all around the eye, dabbing it in with my ring finger, and then just making sure everything is blended really nicely, just because I really want to make sure that area is really moisturized before we apply, you know, our foundation, concealer, and everything like that. But I just realized I ran out of my vitamin C, you know, moisturizer, and this is what I typically wear during the day, just because I feel like it really helps brighten up the skin and it makes my skin feel really smooth. So I feel like it makes it easier when applying makeup on. It just glides on really effortlessly. And this moisturizer is from the Body Shop. It is called the Vitamin C Skin Boost Instant Smoother, and I really love that one. So let's pretend I applied it on, girl. And then as for my next skincare routine, I go in using my Ultra Sheer Dry Touch SPF and 100. I always apply sunscreen. That is one of the big things that I always do. And I do apply somewhat a generous amount on my skin. I'm going to go ahead and apply it on the top of my cheekbones because, as you guys know, I have hyperpigmentation, and making sure those areas are covered is really important to me. So I'm always taking care of my skin and making sure, you know, we're protected here. Skincare product that I apply on my face, you guys, I go in with the Winky Lux Lip Sleepy Mask. They sent this to me, and you guys, I absolutely love it. I apply this on right before I go to bed, but I also love applying a little bit on my lips as prepping my lips before I apply any lipstick or start doing my makeup. I just feel like my lipstick and my lip products glide on so much better when I apply a little bit of this lip balm on my lips. So I applied a little bit already on, just enough, not too much, because then I noticed that when I go in with the lip product, sometimes it just like starts sliding everywhere and I don't want that. So now that I have finished prepping my skin, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and apply a foundation, and I generally apply 2 to 3 pumps of foundation, depends on how my hyperpigmentation is acting on the top of my cheekbones. That's basically where I have the hyperpigmentation. And I'm going to go in today using the Super Stay Full Coverage Concealer Foundation, and this is in the shade 128 Warm Nude. I recently purchased this. I've been testing this out. To be really honest, you guys, I don't really know how I feel about it yet. I need a few more days, you know, to come to conclusions on how I feel about it, but I really do like the consistency of it and how my skin looks really flawless after I apply it on. I already applied 2 pumps of foundation on my beauty blender, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it on the top of my cheekbones because that's the main areas where I really want to make sure there's coverage there, just because I do have hyperpigmentation on the top of my cheekbones. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it there, and then whatever I have left, I'm just going to apply it throughout my face. I thought this part was filming, you guys, and it wasn't. So let me recap you. After blending out my 2 pumps of foundation on my face, I'm going to move on to applying concealer, and I'm using the L'Oreal Paris. This is the Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade Vanilla. This is number 355, and I basically apply concealer already on my face, so on the chin, upper lip, down the bridge of the nose, forehead, and under the eyes. And just keep in mind, you guys, this concealer is pretty thick and consistent. It does dry kind of fast, so you're gonna have to move a little quickly when using this concealer, but I feel like the undertone works really well for today's kind of vibe I'm feeling. So It is pretty light for me, but I feel like it gives me enough brightness that I'm looking for, you know, the look I'm looking to create today. So I know I look pretty ghostly right now, but don't you worry, guys. Once I have set everything out, we're going to contour and we're just going to give it a little bit more warmth and life to the face. So I'm going to go in using my I Heart Revolution banana powder with my Beach Cosmetics brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of product and then set only the areas where I have concealed all around the face. And then we're going to go in with our face powder and set the other areas where we have, you know, foundation on our face. I'm going to go in using my MAC Studio Fix face powder. This is in the shade C4, and I'm going to be using my face brush. This is from Beach Cosmetics, and I'm going to go in and set the areas where I have applied foundation. Basically the areas that I did not apply the banana powder, that's where I'm going to go in with my Studio Fix. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of product, and then I'm just going to apply it mainly on the top of my cheekbones because that's where I have my hyperpigmentation, and I really want to make sure I'm really covering that area most of all. I applied, you know, Studio Fix face powder on the top of my cheekbones and lightly brushed the rest of my face with whatever was left over on the brush all around. I'm going to go in with my Ciate London, and this is called the Extraordinary Translucent Powder. I recently got this, I think was it my BoxyCharm box, and I absolutely love it, you guys. It has been a big game changer, and I just really love the finish of this. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit on the top of the cap, and with another clean face brush, and this one is from Real Techniques, I'm going to pick up a little bit of product and set the rest of the areas on my face and jawline area, just to make sure we have, you know, set everything out basically on the areas where I've applied foundation. The difference, or is it just me? I feel like just my skin looks more flawless, more airbrush, like so smooth. I don't know, I just feel like it just elevates the situation. We're gonna move on to contour, you guys, and I'm gonna be using my Smashbox Cali Contour Palette. You guys, I know I've done so many reviews on palettes, which don't worry, I still have them, but I always just run back to this one just because I love the undertone to the bronzer that they have in this palette. So I'm gonna be using it today. Don't worry, I'll find a dupe for you guys and link it down below. I'm gonna be using my Beach Cosmetics brush, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of product, and I'm just gonna go ahead and contour down the side of the cheekbone area, just dabbing it in, down the side of the forehead, jawline area, and then blend it all down, just because I really want to make sure everything is really blended really nicely and it doesn't look like super contoured on top and then just like plain Jane on the bottom. We have finished contour, you guys. I like to go in with the big fluffy face brush and then blend all the edges out, just because I want it to really look seamless, blended really nicely. I don't want there to be any harsh lines. I just want it to look, you know, really melted in the skin. You guys, I've been really into contouring at my nose, and I'm gonna use my Butter Bronzer and my angled Morphe brush, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of product. Like, I've already run out of this face bronzer, but I've been using whatever's left over to contour my nose, just because I feel like this is the right shade to do that, just because when I use the Kelly contour palette to contour my nose, it just looks really obvious and harsh, and I want this to look, you know, off camera, you guys. I went in with the Lottie London, and this is the Arch Rival Micro Blade Effect Brow Pen, and this is in the shade Warm Brown. And so for you guys, this is the first time I'm trying this pen, and I think this might just be a dupe for the Benefit Microfilling Brow Pen, but I'm gonna keep testing it out, and I'll keep you guys posted how I'm liking it. But so far it's so good. I really love this pen. So we're gonna jump into our eyes and start creating our look for today. I'm gonna be using obviously the Juvias. This is the Nubian Royal palette. You guys, I have some sad news. One of the little pans in my palette is broken, and it kind of got all over the place. So we're just gonna be really careful today when using this palette. And I'm gonna be using a big fluffy shadow brush, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this really pretty lilac color, and I'm just gonna do a light wash of the shadow all around the lid, just, you know, just to set a little purpley tone before we go in to our transition shade. On to our transition shade, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this really vibrant dark purple here on the palette. I'm going to use my shadow brush. This is from LaRousse. I'll have it linked down below in case you guys are interested. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply the shadow within the crease of the lid. small detailed brush, you guys, I went in and carved out the lid just slightly, just to really clean up everything that was going on. I will say that these shadows, you guys, are really, really pigmented. I did notice that I was having a little bit of issues in blending out the eyeshadow. It was coming out a little bit patchy, but so far I've been able to make it work. It just took me a little bit more time to, like, you know, figure it out. But it also is true, you guys, that certain eyeshadows like reds, purples, sometimes blues are really tricky. I think something within the formula, it just makes them a little bit more difficult at times to use. But so far I really love the pigmentation, and it was just really nice to apply it on. So we're gonna move on to now applying our, not a transition shade. We're just going to apply a little bit of color on the outer edges of our look. And I'm going to use an angled shading brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this purpley magenta color right here in the palette. And I'm just going to go ahead and lightly apply it over the transition shade we've recently applied on. Smoking out the bottom lash, I'm going to go back to this really pretty dark purple, and I'm going to go ahead and smoke out the bottom lash line area. I'm going to dab it in just because I don't want any fallout, so just be really, really cautious. So I smoked out the bottom lash using my shader brush and picked up a little bit of that dark purpley shade smoke at the bottom lash line area. But then I also, you guys, went in with a fluffy shader brush, picked up a little bit of magenta, and blended out the edges on the bottom lash line area, so the top can match the bottom. And then for liner, you guys, I actually used a brow pencil, or a liner pencil, I think that's what it's called. And I went in with into my Morphe Medicine Beer palette and picked up a little bit of a black shadow and applied it in the inner lining of the eye. So I'm going to go ahead, you guys, with a small detailed brush now. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of glitter from the Juvia's Place palette. I'm going to pick up this really pretty shade here on the bottom corner side of the palette and pick up a little bit of glitter and apply in the corner tear duct of the eye. Curled my lashes and applied mascara off camera, you guys. I went in with my Shiseido eyelash curler and went in with my Super Lash mascara. I will have it linked down below in case you guys are interested. So now I'm going to move on to blush. I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Standing Ovation palette. I recently did a review on this. In case you guys want to check it out, I will have it linked above for you guys. And I'm going to go into this palette and pick up a little bit of this mauve blush and apply it on the top of my cheekbones. I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it on. So for our lips, you guys, this kit actually comes with two different lip balms. One is called Berry and the other one is called Caramel. I'm going to go ahead and swatch them on the back of my hand so you guys can see. And obviously they're lip balms, so they're not really that pigmented. I think I'm going to go in with Berry just because I feel like it goes with the look that we've created today. But here are swatches of both so you guys can see, how they look. And here it is. So it's really sheer. It looks like it's really moisturizing. It glided on really nicely, but the pigmentation is just really light, just enough to see, you have something on your lips. So it's perfect when you're on the go, if you're you need to run out the door and do a few errands. This is a really nice balm to apply on. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of Berry on the lips. Sums up today's makeup tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed the look that I've created for you. As for this Juvia's Place, the Nubian Royal Collection set, I personally really love the idea. I love that this is a really affordable set. It costs $26. You get a 6-pan eyeshadow palette and 2 lip balms. I really love that this is perfect for the holidays. You can stick a name tag on there, a bow, and then call it a day. You don't even think about how you're going to package all this other stuff. So I really love that. As for the balms, you guys, I really love how it feels on my lips. It feels really moisturizing without feeling sticky. There's a light tint to it, which is fine. I feel like this is perfect to add in this set just because you can never go wrong with lip balms. This is something that people will eventually use. And I really love the size of this as well. The caramel has a caramelly scent to it, which I really like. I was actually really surprised that it was even scented. I wasn't expecting it. As for Berry, I don't pick up a berry scent to it. It smells like something I don't know what it smells like, to be honest. I'm assuming like a light scent of berry, but caramel, I definitely like picked it up and smelled and noticed right away. So as for these eyeshadow palette, you guys, obviously I was heartbroken that one of the eyeshadow pans, one of the eyeshadows came broken when I received my package in the mail. But as for the rest of these shadows, you guys, I will say that this really dark purpley shadow, it was really hard to blend. It was a process. It took me a lot of time to really build color. And then once I was applying this magenta shade over, my transition shade on the outer edges, I found that this dark purple was like disappearing. And that was really frustrating. So I kept having to, go back and build color and try to blend it out and find a way to make it work. I don't know if it's just because it's a purpley shade. I know certain eyeshadows, are harder to work than others and things like that. So I don't want to ding it too much. It is a very beautiful shade. I love the pigmentation to it. It's just a little pain to work with. So I'm going to keep testing it out, trying it out, but I really love this eyeshadow palette. I love that there are 3 matte shades as well as shadows, glittery shadows, and I really like that, like metallic shades, and I really love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And as always, I will see you guys all in my next video. I love you guys so, so much. Bye!